First heard the story about UltraCoin, I gotta tell you, I was mystified. Like, what exactly is this? What is it about? Like,
yeah, same here.
So, I was like, okay, Reggie, I hear you. You're an entrepreneur, and so I don't truly get it, but that doesn't mean I don't get a lot of stuff, right? But then when it pivoted to Veritaseum, then we're like, I'm not so sure about this, because now not only don't I understand it, but now I don't understand it in a way that I don't feel comfortable even talking about it.
Right.
If I don't understand it, right? Because there's a new threshold of confusion for me at that point. So I just okay, I'll just walk away from this.
Right.
Can't do it all.
Yeah.
So then the transition to gold.
Yeah, that was
like another pivot, and I'm
man.
This seems like a whole nother level of confusion. And I've been saying on Twitter for a few years now, there's no such thing as a crypto-backed gold. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
It's bad crypto. It's bad gold. It's bad for both.
On Reggie Middleton a few years ago, and I was researching General Growth Properties. He was so far ahead of everybody and so detailed, and then he started warning about Bear Stearns and Lehman. Well, he was so far ahead of the curve, I actually thought he was nuts.
We would be using real-world assets and digitized versions of real-world assets, private equities, public equities, derivatives, real estate, commodities, gold, silver, oil, etc., and some very unique assets as well. And this will go into the Veda. It will go in as a private equity fund, so to say, and it will be very global in nature. And these assets will be trading on national securities exchanges as well. Okay, so think of an actual IPO for some of the private equity. Very cool stuff coming up.
We believe the next step going forward will be the tokenization of financial assets. And that means every stock, every bond will have its own, basically, CUSIP. It'll be on one general ledger. Every investor, you and I, will have our own number, our own identification. We could rid ourselves of all issues around illicit activities about bonds and stocks and digital by having a tokenization. But the most importantly thing, we could customize strategies through tokenization that fits every individual. We would have instantaneous settlement. Think about all the costs of settling bonds and stock. But if you had a tokenization, everything would be immediate because it's just a line item. And so we believe this is a technological transformation for financial assets. If you want to talk about voting and voting choice and all the things, if we know every moment who is the owner of that stock and it's now time to vote, every individual who has ownership is identified and they can vote their own share.